Welcome back, and joining us on the show now is Feroze Azeez. He's Deputy CEO at Anand Rathi Wealth. Feroze, hi. I know it's unusual for you to be getting you on a commodity segment, but I had to gloat about the gold price rise. So with the kind of gains that we're looking at, with 25% of a run-up in this year, 28% of gains in the last year, would you say gold now seems to be soon becoming a mainstream rather than just a safe haven or a hedge?
So, of course, you've been a bull, Manisha, on gold. I can probably tell you you are the 𝐀𝐧𝐚𝐧𝐝 of commodities. That's how you've been eternally a bull. Okay, that's a tagline in my mind, which I thought I'll read out. So coming back, is it been mainstream? So let me break this down with some data. If you look at, gold, first let's test the hypothesis whether it's good hedge for a moment. And then go to the second part, is it become more mainstream than the hedge itself? Now, if you look at a study of the last 8 years, where you see when Nifty moved down, Nifty actually moves from peak to trough about 15% each year. So if you look at 2017-18, Nifty went down from 28 January 18 to 23rd March 18, which was the peak to trough of that specific financial year of 10%. In the same period, gold gave a positive 3%. Now, if I go to the last year instance of 2023 to 24, Nifty peaked on 15 September 23, and we came to the trough in just a month, 26th October 23. It fell by about 6.6%. In the same period, again, gold gave a 3% positive return. So the point I'm trying to make is in the last year, 8 years, every time Nifty moved from peak to trough, in the same period, if you check, gold was positive. So does it go through the litmus test of hypothesis saying gold is a great hedge? The answer is a big yes. Point one. Point two, with the returns you see, for the last 5 years, gold has done about 17.44. Nifty has done about 18.78 from 2019. So I think it is still, the jury is out for a mainstream, but it's certainly a great debt replacer, as I've always been exhibiting.
Oh, absolutely. Just coming more closer home, Feroze, and if you look at the last couple of years or 3 years, I mean, I understand you're putting a point through across on longer term to shorter term portfolios right now. But with the kind of space that we're in right now and what we've seen in the last couple of years, and perhaps if that is anything to tell you on how the next couple of years can be, would you say gold has earned its space within a portfolio?
Yes, 100%. There's no two ways about it. But quite a few gold participants have this myth that the trend of making money in gold, not for a trader, for anybody who has a 1 year, 2 year time frame as well, is not going to be dependent on how much a seasonal purchase is going to come. See, if you look at the gold purchases by governments and what kind of reserves do people have, the US is the highest with 8,133 tons. And then if you look at India, is 1/10 of that, 876. And last year we added 72. So if you look at the kind of additions last year, you saw Poland add 89.5 tons. So what will happen to the dollar gold will be determined by not household ownership, because household ownership globally is only 2.3, but in India, household ownership of gold as a percentage of the total household savings is 23. So I personally think, given the kind of uncertainty in terms of dollar, becoming a little more scarier reserve for a government to have, will definitely see their proportions change. And the dollar price of gold, I think I will be very buoyant in spite of this rally, which you just stated in 28 plus 25%. Dollar gold will be very buoyant given where Trump has taken the trade war to.
Clearly. Feroze, the other thing is, and a lot of conversation that I have with commodity players and institutions, etc., do tell us that the way the gold prices have been rising, the household very soon will not be able to afford it the way they have been doing it for many, many years. At $3,300 an ounce and at 95 lakh rupees a kg without the GST and the making charges, would you say there's more financialization and a more investment as a subject more related to gold now?
Yes, I personally think ornamental, but I think, see, if you look at incremental additions, most people in India are incrementally adding it, not from ornamental value. They just think that gold is a great asset to buy. Otherwise, what people can always do is the gold which Indian households own, 22.8% allocation to gold. That's not a small allocation. They can always recycle that. But will they be able to add coins and bars? I think so in smaller quantums in those 1-2 grams, I think people will be able to afford that. And the inclination is high. I was speaking to one of my closest friends who runs a chain of jewelry stores in Orissa. He says the sale comes down dramatically. My mark to market at my jewelry store of all my stock goes up. So I become very happy. But when I look at my sales numbers, they drop. So affordability definitely is a question like you rightly pointed. But I think in the long run, if this is the price which continues, I think recycling of gold and smaller ticket investments. So investment will always have its merit. And I think people like the tangibility in India, how much ever you say. When I gifted 1 crore of gold ETF to my sister, she was there in November last year wanting to sell it. But she never sold physical gold. So I told her what that was. So that was surprising. So I think people love the tangibility and that's not going anywhere.
Oh, absolutely. Feroze, almost everybody on street has a view on gold prices right now. What is your sense on where are we going for this year, next year? Have you done any calculations?
So if I look at calculations, what I can always I try to bet on is where it will not go. If downsides are protected and upsides are greater than debt, then I think that's a serious asset class I look at. So I personally think both these are very well taken care of in gold at this stage. So if my downsides are limited, after a rally, the biggest risk is, am I getting into something which has missed the bus and I'll only be a party to the downside? So I think downsides are going to be limited, point one. And will I get double-digit return in gold? I think on a 3-year holding period, I still believe at these prices possible.
All right, 3-year double-digit returns are possible. Feroze, this is Manglam here. With me is Nigel in the studio as well. Manisha is there as well. Great conversation as always. Just 2 questions that we have. Since you're in, a tagline-giving mood, Manisha is the Rakesh Jhunjhunwala of commodities. Would you like to give a tagline to both of us as well? And secondly, we just briefly
Jealous, are you guys?
No, we just briefly heard him. Now is the jealousy part that comes in. Heard him speak about gifting 1 crore worth gold
Yeah,
ETFs.
I couldn't get...
What is the procedure to be your sister, Feroze?
Maybe I qualify for that, not you guys, unless...
Yeah, which is why... Okay. Go ahead, Feroze.
Coming to the tagline, I think I will call you the duo who pulls the opposite gender to watch TV. You guys are the best-looking men on TV, and that's where you're getting a lot of female attention on television. So coming back on a serious note, so I personally think that, of course, gold as an asset class, Manisha, over the years have been propagating. I personally think gold is a serious asset class because Indians love debt as well. And debt is a short recipe to disaster. It's as good as kill slowly. It's like smoking of investing, debt. For long-term money. I'm not speaking of short-term money. Like we manage intergenerational wealth of clients. We don't even take clients who say, I have got 5-year money. We say we're not interested. We're looking at intergenerational wealth. In that, people having 50-60% in debt is cancerous to my mind.